As you guys all know, I'm actually a fan of this game, this gacha called Reverse 1999. Now you'd think, Lily, I've never seen you play it. I don't. However, they have some of the most ethereally beautiful, lovingly crafted character artwork that I've ever seen in my life. And this is for a gacha, mind you. And every so often, I like to do character reviews for them because A, I love the aesthetics, and B, the devs have actually reached out to me and they really like the reviews and they're like, hey, Lily, do you want to make some for this version? I was like, fuck yeah. So I waited a while before I made my next one because I wanted to make a big review. And today we're going to be tackling versions 3.4, 5, and 6. So like 6 new characters in total and a bunch of skins. It's going to be really fun, really cool. I have high-res images of everything because, again, the devs are the GOAT. And I just want to share this game with you people because not enough people know about Reverse and not enough people play this thing. And you really should. It's so pretty. Genuinely, like, for no other reason than how pretty the character artwork is, try it out. So, without further ado, let's give version 3.4, 5, and 6 a look, shall we?
There are many ways to greet people, your hat-patting being the most innovative among them.
Beginning with new characters first from 3.4, Heguang. I'm sorry if I butchered that, Chinese speakers in chat. I'm very sorry, the people watching on Bilibili, because I know you guys like these. I'm not good at pronouncing these names. However, look at this boy. Look at this stunning piece of artwork that we have for this character. Absolutely beautiful silhouette. The armor is to die for pretty. Look how lovingly rendered this fabric is. Color balance is beautiful. It's very much old school Chinese. Chinese general almost. I love the fur and I really, really like the Honglu hairstyle. You guys know what I mean, right? Like big ponytail. It always just does things for me. Oh, he's so pretty. I also really like the shoes. It's like such a neat detail for a character that like not a lot of people notice that like the shoes can actually tell you a lot about the region that someone's from. They are like super distinctly like Chinese, maybe like northern China-ish, close to Mongolia, I believe. Because they have like that distinct pattern and that pointed toe that's very, very common of like ancient Chinese outfits. So this is one of the ones that I would say are of like ancient-esque characters. With the added concession though of the armor on his right arm. The thing about Reverse, and this is something that I'm gonna sing their praises until the day that I die, is that they really, really hit the nail on the head when it comes to character design. Not only are all of their characters very well thought out, they have a purpose, they have a theme, they have like a place in their story, but they also know that you can add a lot with details. It's stuff that like you kind of have to like squint to see, you don't see it at a glance, but they're always present. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful eyebrows. I love the sparkles in his eye. Hair accessories, gorgeous. But let's look at that armor, because that might be the one thing that's a little bit more different than the rest of the design. Oh, look at the embroidery. See, this is why I love that they send me these high-res images, even though it's like 30 megabytes per image, because I'm just looking at them like so much love. Now, the armor I love because the armor has a little bit more of a fantasy concession to it. It's like scaled, there's like feathers on the top, but it also has the little Chinese details like the orange cord, the tassels, and it just goes up and down his arm. It's really cool that they went asymmetrical for the armor here, but I also really like that they balanced it out by giving him like that fur like stole thing that he's wearing, which is beautifully painted. There's also wing motifs everywhere on this character. I have to imagine that's part of like their vibe. Their animal must be like a bird or something. Because there's wings all over the armor, there's wing accessories in his hair, in his other arm. It's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. When you're working on character design, 9 out of 10 times, your battle is with silhouette. I have seen character designers that have outfits for like their characters that are just very basic things, like normal athletic wear. But the way they pose the characters and the way that they convey personality does so much for the design that, like, I think, especially if you're doing 2D, that's a big part of the battle. And this already tells me a ton about this character's personality. A little bit of a hard-ass, fairly serious type, very disciplined, but probably a very nice person. Okay, we have 3 images for each cast member, by the way. The next one would be, I believe, the Ascended version. No, slut. Oh, no. Like... We preserved the blue in the color scheme, but we actually toned it down. We made it a little bit more frosty, a little colder. Very, very nice. No more armor, but we replaced it with like a really nice little capelet thing that has some tassels on the bottom. They're braided, I think. He's still wearing like the very traditional like Chinese pants and the almost like bandage suits, but they're not like boots. They're not like the OG one. Look at that waistline. And not only is it snatched, they put like a fucking bright-ass purple accent there so you know it's snatched. You know where the skinniest part of his waist is. Look at the bird. That's so cute. The hair is the same. If anything, it's a little bit more like sultry. Let's fucking see the details on that deep V-neck. Oh no. That's so gorgeous. The little feather accessories, like that bare-ass collarbone, just a hint of manatee. Long fucking luscious-ass hair, beautiful eyebrows, and a stunning face. Stunning. Yeah, man cleavage. The accent colors change from orange to yellow, a little bit of purple here and there. Oh yeah, the triangle. Hold on, I need it. I always forget to bring it out, and then I get started, and I'm like, no. Men very rarely get this treatment, but Reverse 1999 fucking earns their daddies. I swear to God. The face is almost feminine, you know? He's so pretty. It's a, like, very simple design in terms of silhouette, but the devil is in the details. It's so, so gorgeous. And now let's see the splash screen, because that's the big kahuna. That's, like, the big artwork that they make for these. Oh, wow. The composition, the way that he's moving, like, the background elements, damn, like... Reverse, you guys can't do this to me. A lot of these characters also have live 2D animations in-game. I haven't been able to see those because I think I'd actually have to, like, get the game to do it, but all of these have some form of animation as well. When it comes to, like, splash art like this, something that the Reverse team understands really well is contrast and composition. I've seen some splash screens for other gacha games where the character gets lost in the fucking sauce. For example, I saw the one for Cinderella, or whatever her name is, from Silver Palace. You couldn't see the character in the splash screen at all. With Reverse, though, they like to play with light and dark really well, and they contrast characters really well. So, like, this guy has a predominantly blue color scheme, so they made the background very warm, very reddish orange, stuff that makes it pop. And they also set out the action very well. Like, he's fleeing from something. He's, like, running out of, like, a burning building or near a burning building, you know? It's absolutely beautiful. The pose looks ready to jump into action. He's locked the fuck in. There's a lot of movement in the hair and in the clothing. The silhouette does a lot of work here. He's holding the sheath on one hand, on the sword on the other. Like, he's ready to fucking go, you know? A ton of movement in the character itself and also the background. This is where composition matters. Composition is one of those things that it's kind of hard to do. It's one of the hardest things you will ever learn how to do as an artist. But once you master it, all of your pieces will be bangers. We continue with Paper Hair and oh, tell me that she's not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. I love the outfit! Another thing that they do really, really well is hair. Absolutely gorgeous hair rendering in general. I like this though because it looks pretty casual. Like it looks like she's wearing like almost like her PJs with like a robe. But there's a very interesting asymmetrical element to this robe that like half of it is pink and half of it is like orange. However, I do believe it's like a fully tailored garment. So interesting for Paper Heron is that she has a lot of like chaos in the design, but the silhouette itself, it's pretty smooth, it's pretty easy on the eyes, has a really nice sense of flow to it. I like the origami accessories, definitely. Makeup is gorgeous, hair is beautiful. And the interesting thing about her garment is how it does, in part, like the orange sleeve, it seems to resemble paper, or almost resemble origami, like cut up paper. We call that papel picado where I'm from, you know, in Mexico. So half of the jacket seems to be not on. I do believe the sleeve is actually behind her. And if not, I think that the other half of the garment is this like orange, tailored, almost made out of paper vibe, you know? Yeah, she seems to be wearing a sort of like smock underneath that has to like the orange and red ribbons. However, though, this is the type of thing that you can tell it fits into the character's motif as opposed to being what I like to call a distraction, right? So usually when asymmetry in character design, you kind of have to be careful because if you don't know where you're using things and why, you will just make a hot fucking mess. I think that Reverse, for the most part, really does think about these things because ordinarily, a design like this, if it was not thought out properly, I would be squinting at that orange shit like, why the fuck what? But there seems to be an origami motif everywhere on this character. It just keeps going, so it kind of completes the silhouette. And you can tell underneath the white smock that there is some wear and tear to her garment that looks like silk, by the way. That's actually fully rendered like silk. So this is one of the units where, at a glance, it might look like a character from ancient times, but the silhouette is actually fairly modern. Like, look at this, like, little knife. I believe it's like a letter opener made out of, like, crystal. Oh, God, that's so pretty. How in the fuck do you render shit like this? I need to know. So, yeah, if you're gonna do asymmetry, completely allowed, by the way, just think about when, where, and why to use it. Don't just put something asymmetrical in the thing because you think it looks cool. No, think about it a little bit. Okay, let's see the Ascended. Oh, See, the Ascended actually goes to more ancient times, if that makes sense. Look at how they use that orange sleeve and tied it together to the ancient outfit. That is gorgeous. The silhouette is a little bit more different. It's a little bit more formal. Still super fucking pretty. Why is it hotter with more clothes on? Because some of these outfits are actually tailored to be sensuality by use of the character's personality as opposed to just the outfit. It's a tricky thing to do, make something sexy while wearing a lot of clothes. But sexuality is a spice. If you use too much of it, it gets kind of boring. Just showing skin won't do it, chat. Some characters ooze sexy, despite being covered from head to toe. Others can be skimpy and they're still sexy, and then there's others that are basically showing you their entire whole and they're not sexy at all. Does that make sense? It's all in how you plan these things. Design with purpose. Look at her hair. The coins that are like threaded into there, the cherry blossom hair stick. She seems to have like a sort of hat on the back as well. And here, the pink from her old coat is very much present, but they really toned it down and added a lot of red instead. And then that red really complements the orange in the sleeve that looks like origami. With this red, the orange sleeve does stand out just as much. However, it's a part of like the warmer color scheme as opposed to just being like a random thing that's thrown in there. The waistline is beautiful. We use the cool tones really well, like those whites, very, very nice. And that little like splash of teal at the neckline. They also added some orange onto the other side just to balance it out a little bit, and underneath the red layer of the tunic, and it's a little bit less tattered. It seems a little bit fancier. It's more balanced, but like we're balancing through color, if that makes sense. Beautiful boots. The boots still have a modern flair to them, but the pants don't, so they can actually hide it pretty well. Let's see the big splash screen. Oh, the lanterns and the big goldfish, and she's so pretty, and that is so gorgeous. I am kind of obsessed with how this is composed because even though the color scheme for this is like super warm, she still very much stands out. A way that you can do this is by like just fucking with color saturation a little bit. So the background is a little bit more desaturated right behind her, and then the colors kind of like flare out the further away from the character that they get. Like she's just fishing very nonchalantly on like the dock with like a little tree. She has like her hat. The silk fabric has some transparency to it. Very playful. Very, very pretty. Excellent use of color and lighting all throughout. And like, even the stuff in the foreground frames the character. If you're gonna make an image that's like this busy and you want to use it as like a splash screen or something, make sure that the focal piece of this artwork has to be the character. And in this case, it is. Incredibly gorgeous face as well. The smile is adorable. It's an absolutely gorgeous character. So these are the two new characters for 3.4. Let's move on to the skins, because they always have at least 4 or 5. Oh wait, no, there's another character in this version. Gamer Subs! As you guys all know, I'm a giant fan of Gamer Subs. It's an energy drink that you can make at home with your own water or soda, or sometimes do what I do and mix it with juice. Fucking tippy top with some flavors, let me tell you. This shit is the tits, chat. You will get no headaches, no crash outs, and the best part, every single one of these little fucking baby tubs, 100 servings. It's a lot of energy, chat! A lot! And don't worry, if you don't like energy drinks, they have caffeine-free versions of everything. I drink most of those because like I can't handle a lot of caffeine myself. Delicious, a great way to kick soda. They're all sugar-free and keto-friendly, mind you. And if you guys actually want to try and sleep better, they have AFK now too, which is sleep aid. With and without melatonin. They also have really cool merch, waifu cups, drops by a ton of different creators, like every fucking VTuber on the planet, apparently. And best part is, if you guys ever want me to get my waifu cup, just use code KingMation at checkout for 10% off your entire order. Let G-Subs know that you want that lily cup, mama. We will make it happen, I swear to God. And with that...
Why are you telling me this?
Reed, oh, she's so cute. 4-star character, 4-star character. So this is Reed, and I can tell you immediately that she's from like the 70s for sure, because A, bell bottoms, B, the hair is fluffy, there is some hairspray in there, she has like a really cute big jacket, very, very bombastic. I love the lace on the jeans and on the blouse. She looks so cute. And like the cool thing about Reverse is like, if you would have told me this was a 5-star, yeah, I would have believed you. Everybody gets the same level of love and quality in this game. What is she holding? That seems to be like some sort of book or notebook. And she has like a bunch of like equipment with her. Big bag, a lot of scrolls of paper, and a very cozy jacket. Oh, why is she crying? Oh no. Or wait a second, is her skin paper? Is she made out of paper? She's like an origami character. She's literally, the thing I thought was lace is paper. Oh, that's amazing. So she's wearing normal human clothes, but to like sell the fucking fact that she's made out of paper, there's paper everywhere on her person. Dude, the rendering on the skin is criminal. How the fuck do they make that? The eyes are drawn on. Same with the hair. That's so creative. A paper girly pop in like a very 70s outfit. That is amazing. That is an insane show of creativity. It's like, how do we make someone who's made out of paper without making it like crystal clear that they're made out of paper? Put it in the details. Tickets, postcards, paper roses on her bag. The outfit isn't actually paper itself, but there's paper elements in it, which actually does a lot to tell the story. And like, I love reverse 1999s. I never would have been able to tell if I hadn't zoomed in. It's an adorable design and so fucking creative. Holy shit. I almost forgot that this was a game with a fucking talking apple and the shard of glass. How did you forget that Sputnik is a character in this game? Okay, so the Ascendant and the splash art is the same for this character, just like the splash art has a little bit of a background, so we're just gonna use the splash art to see the Ascendant look. Let's see it. Oh, she's so pretty. A thinking reed, get it? It's a pun. Reeds is actually what they used to make papyrus from back in the day. The outfit actually doesn't change that much. She just has like a fur collar, and the sweater she's wearing underneath is not orange anymore. And she has some hair accessories. Let's see them. And she's happy. Oh, see like the leaves growing out of her hair. I am obsessed with the detail that this bitch is made of paper. Just when I think that they can't fucking surprise me more, no, they do it. I like the reed fluff everywhere on her outfit too. Like it's on the collar of like her jacket, it's in her hair. So, so cute. This sweater looks so comfy too. And I like that her face is like sketched on. Horropedia, we begin with skins. Okay, it's giving like old school, like Chinese alchemist or pharmacist almost. I really like this though, because it's so bright and so colorful. This is like a sinister looking fucking weave. It looks like a chameleon, doesn't it? The mask is insane, but like I want you guys to pay attention to the details in color. That like, it's mainly a very dark blue, kind of desaturated, with some white accents here and there, but then like the really bright colors, like the pink and the green, are almost toxic. He's got some gold bells. The hands almost look like dipped in ink. He's wearing like darker fabric, but like the white bits of the fabric are stained. Is it ink or blood? Yes! He has like talismans all over his person. His robes are like broken on the bottom and also seem quite stained, and his shoes also a little bit dirty. So like, there's something very sinister about the skin, but I love how it looks. Something about him is a little bit sinister, which I've always liked. Okay, first of all, Noire. It's gorgeous. Like, I love the shades of green that they use, like the washed out stone, like the growing wildlife around it, but you cannot fucking tell me that if you go in there, you're not coming out without some sort of curse attached to you. Yeah. And again, composition. Composition is everything. The fucking columns on the door frame him, the open door frames him, and then just like the actual frame of the door just makes him stand out. Also, like the stairs give him like something solid to stand up on and add a little bit more pizzazz that he's actually existing in a space. He looks like so serene and so happy, but you can't see the fucking ink-stained hands and the very much for sure curse that is in that temple. Liang, oh, she's so pretty. Look at how good the flow for this is. The dangling tassels, the flow of like the overcoat, the dress, the jewelry. I actually really like the weapon. I like that we have like one glove and then no glove on the other hand, but like it's such a like neat little asymmetrical detail though. Yeah, it's very nicely balanced colors because like the shade of turquoise is a little bit darker than the orange. The orange is a little bit brighter, and the orange just makes the waist just like snatched. The skinniest waist you're ever gonna see in your life. She looks like a doll. Oh my god, that's not a hat, that's her hair. That's so cute. They look like horns, and look how gorgeous her eyes are, please. Like the detail on the eyelashes, the little baby eyebrows, like, ugh. A nice little detail that they added is that they have like little steel panels on the outside of the hat. They're just like threaded through, and they match the ones on her necklace. And look at the embroidery on the collar of the coat, please. They draw it like actual stitching, and every time they do it, it reminds me like, God, I'm gay. The fact that the fabric does deadass look like silk. Again, the devil is in the fucking details, the patterning, the details on the sword, the gloves. She's wearing armor. I actually had not noticed that she was wearing armor until we zoomed in. She's wearing like little plated like Chinese armor, and like the big coins, the colorful ribbons, the boots, like, oh. That's not stamped on, I think. That's a traditional weaving technique that actually weaves the pattern into the silk. It's insanely difficult to do shit like this. Like, they have no chill and I love them. Look at like how dynamic these are as well. Like, they're very rarely straight square compositions, but for the most part, they like to play with different angles and backgrounds and light and color. And look how nicely the character is contrasted here. This background looks like a painting. Yeah, the composition is immaculate. Look at like the figures framing her as she's about ready to strike. The actual like golden spirit that's like standing on her shoulder, a hand on the sword. Also frames the character really nicely. The background is a like nice deep shade of blue, really contrasts nicely with the white on the dress. Everything feels like very much intentionally placed. It is lovely, and I'm gonna fucking cry because Reverse 1999 does this shit without even blinking every fucking version that they put out. And I'm just sitting here like, Noire. If you want another reason to like Reverse 1999, they do have some pretty cool disabled rep. I like it though because they actually like aged back the wheelchair. It's all solid wood now with like metal framings. The outfit is also very much like grandma coded. She has like her robes and then like a little like checkered pattern on one of them. The chair has a lantern on it as well. Yeah, she has like little puppets that push the chair for her, which are very, very sweet. That earring with like that one long tassel is everything. Mama, she is hiding weapons in there! Like, I love those little subtle details that they do with these characters. It's like, yeah, no, she's in a wheelchair. She's gonna fuck up your shit anyway. Like, the way that, like, she's seated is very much the way that, like, someone who can't really use their legs is seated. Your legs are, like, limp. Your toes will point down instinctively. It's a stunning character, beautiful silhouette, really, really great take on a disabled character as well. Especially she can roll on me. No! How the fuck? How do they keep doing it? The bamboo forest, like the little dappled sunlight, the little bits of like ruins around her. I also really like the branches in the foreground a lot because they add a lot of depth to the image. She has like her bird companions. And again, she be dangerous, right? I don't think you want to fuck with like the not hag. I also like that they made the wheelchair fairly big. I feel like if you're going to do like fantasy wheelchair, make it huge. I love Rubuska. Look at her! Put this one on my tab. I really like this because it's like a good combo of like ancient Chinese with like modern silhouettes. The color balance, the insane jewelry, the cute mini skirt. The sniffas are out and they're so cute with their little jewelry. And she's also like holding a bird. Like her hair is so fluffy. It almost looks feathery, you know? Use of color is phenomenal because it's like shades of pink and green that go really, really well together. And then they put like green accents all over it, which also looks really nice with that pink. This is like such a cute skin too. The design is actually really simple, very simple silhouette. But if we zoom in, the beading, the etching on the silver, the under eye circles, beautiful eyelashes, like wispy hair. There's like bells in the bandana. Like from far away, it just looks like a really cute outfit that's like supposed to be a reference to an ethnic group in China. And then you zoom in and it's like, holy fucking detail, Batman. Why are there so many beads? And she also still has shadows on her outfit. You'll see them on her skirt. They're very well hidden. It's not stuff that you would notice from far away, you know? Oh, shit. For a character that deals with shadows, she actually has a lot of light in her splash screens. This also looks like very traditional, like, wood carvings and stuff. Like, I see the fire in the background as well. And again, you don't lose the character here. If anything, the image is made to frame her, if that makes sense. Oh, she's just rocking it though. Another thing I like about this game is that the men are beautiful! Look at this man sandwich. It's giving like young wizard, the embroidery, the fabric, the draping, the collar, like the beautiful long hair. And then like the arm details in black with like the gold. He has like a lantern and a whacking stick. Oh, I love me a boyo who looks like a doll, barely emotes, but feels like an angel. The fucking like feathered silver hairpiece. The moonstone silver necklace. I'm obsessed with his face. Hold on. I am going to okay, I need to ask the devs this. Like, if they ever plan on making a deck when all the tarot card artwork is done, because I need it. Oh my god, it's like that painting, like Ophelia, I think, that like they're like drowning in like a lily pad. That's so beautiful. The musical notes are to die for pretty. I love the lily pads framing the whole picture. His face is so serene. That is divine. Okay, that is the face of a man saying, take me now. Look at it! Like, that's a skin-tight black suit under there, chat! The distortions in the water, like, oh. The refraction. They have drawn refraction. How the fuck? That is so hard to do. I would love to see just, like, a start to finish progress of how they make these. Tooth Fairy. Oh, I love this psycho. Tooth Fairy actually has one of the most unhinged fucking, like, normal designs in this game. Because she has, like, heavy, like, braces, like, big headgear. This is, like, the pretty Chinese princess version of her. Like, I like the lunar moth on the headpiece so much. And I like that, like, we got rid of the braces of the headgear, doy, but we also put in, like, a metallic veil that would still technically protect her mouth. The eyes are so soft, so beautiful. The hair is rendered gorgeously. I love what they've been doing with pink in this version, with, like, the pink and the teal. I'm kind of obsessed. It's a great color scheme, actually. And, like, the more detail I see on the fabric, the happier I get. Look how delicate that fabric is. The ruffles, the way it's, like, fluted, but, like, with big round curves, like, the silk underneath there. But also, there's bug motifs everywhere on her, like, these, like, gossamer butterfly wing patterns as well. And we go from, like, heavy silk to very light silk. And then it just ends in gossamer fabric, which is stunning. I don't know how they do it. Please give me your skills! And she's still, like, attracting Tooth Fairies. Tooth Fairy is such a weird character and I love her to bits, but I really like seeing that they're not immune to giving her very, like, ethereal pretty skins, you know? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Psychotic, but, like, gorgeous. The silk loom in the background is framing the character spectacularly well. The super dreamy vibe of the splash screen, the use of color, amazing use of shapes, like the squares everywhere. I love it. Like, yeah, the perspective work is also phenomenal. And she's still not getting lost in the sauce because they're using contrast pretty well, you know? Incredibly beautiful. Chef's kiss. I got that, yeah. Also, tab me for Tooth Fairy and for this one. Does it still have like a kind of like an underwater motif? It looks like draping seaweed almost in some places. The hair is so, so beautiful. Her silhouette and her body is so graceful. She's just standing still, being pretty. And then you go in and the textiles have so much more to say about this character. Like, she looks like almost dead. It's so gorgeous. The headpiece is made out of like a ton of birds and pearls in gold. And then like the rest of her accessories seem to be made out of like branches or coral almost, and there's like birds like made out of like lacquer. I like that we have like very skinny use of fabric here, like very thin ribbons, very thin silhouette, gossamer fabric. It gives her like an otherworldly ethereal look, like the off the shoulder like overcoat like robe that's like kind of slipping off, the golden embroidery on her person, and the tattoos are also like done in gold. So fucking pretty. The fabrics also have like a real weight to them. You can tell that like the overrobe is very light. And then, like, the green stole is a little bit heavier, and the fabric is on the skirt is probably the heaviest. It's giving real melancholy. I'm obsessed with it. And then, like, the embroidery on the coat goes from, like, gold-looking to almost silver as the light changes, right? And then just a very dark skirt with, like, very noticeable gold patterns. I really like it, though, because from far away, it's just, like, ethereal mother goodness. And then from up close, it's like, oh, look at all the details. Wonderful use of repetition as well with all the birds, because I think that using repetition properly can do a lot for a character's design. Especially if they have, like, a specific motif, which everyone in Reverse does. Ah, that's so pretty! Like, the window, the plants, the flow of, like, the sleeves. Like, she still very much looks like she's, like, dancing, even if she's not moving a ton, you know? It's almost like she's the embodiment of spring. Like, I see snow melting in, like, the background around her. She's, like, dancing life back into the forest, and I'm obsessed with it! Alright, now we're entering version 3.5, so new character time, let's do it. Lorentz Butterfly. Oh dear lord. This one, I'm pretty sure it's a girly pop, but this is giving androgyny. This is that like fucking like straight pencil shape and the face that's like so gorgeous, but like, is it a girl or a guy? That is gorgeous. Look at all the ribbons, the flowing fabric, like, wait, she's a sociopath. Well, sometimes you can't tell that from the fucking artwork, can you? Like, her face is feminine, but it has a little bit of angle to it that would make you think, is this a guy? Now, I do see the boob on now, but they're very subtle and they're kind of like hidden beneath all the hair, the rings, the golden jewelry. And I love this type of silhouette because you don't see them done very often where you're seriously questioning guy or girl, doesn't matter, fucking gorgeous either way. I really like the insane use of circles in this. Rings, golden rings, like the circles on like the bamboo things on her back. The loops of fabric, the loops of rope, of like silver rope. It's a really nice bit of repetition as well. There's also a lot of like looping patterns on the coat itself. And not to mention they're also embroidered here in this like very pale gold business. Gorgeous shoes as well. And yeah, like, while it is cinched at the waist, it's still a very straight silhouette, which is why I like it so much. The hair goes straight down into the sleeve, into like the pale gold bit on like the side of like the tunic slash dress. And then on the other side, you have like the ring, which is round, which goes down into like the silver chains and then like the fabric, you know? She's partially colorblind, that's why her color palette is mainly white. That's a great detail to actually add for a character that's partially colorblind. She also has gray eyes and a very, like, just serene expression. It's really funny because you guys said psycho when, like, I first showed the picture of this character, but, like, I do think that it's in the face, you know? Like, something in her face is very, like, low-key kind of psycho. Also, good use of asymmetry here because she has a golden sleeve and then the other sleeve just has, like, a big cuff, but you can barely tell because everything is just laid out together so well. Let's see the Ascended version. Gag! See, this one is less androgynous. The waist is still fucking snatched, but like it's still a little bit androgynous. You still don't quite know. That is a sculptural ass jacket. Phenomenal draping, beautiful use of fabrics. The color is insane. Like, now there is a little bit more of a sinister vibe to her because of use of color. Yes, yes. We've cleared away a lot of those like beautiful like rings and half circles, but we still have a lot of loops in the actual design. The headpiece changed from just being a little circlet on the top of her head to like actually being around her ear and circling behind her. She looks like a Salvador Dali painting. She looks surreal. The loops, the way that the fabric is put together, the way that it's like bunched up, it's draped, it's like stitched together, the diamond patterns, the way it's like folding around, the loopies, and the fact that like the bottom of the jacket looks like the cuff of a sleeve. And like the cuff of the actual sleeve for the coat, one of them, is like super sculptural as well. The gold is such a neat touch of color. She barely has accent colors. Her accent color is actually green, but it's the instrument that she has behind her. It's one of those designs that like it's almost mathematical in its use of patterns, you know? And I like it though because her hair is very like straight, but the outfit is anything but. There's like a lot of motion to this, a great silhouette, absolutely beautiful silhouette. You don't see pencil coats like this often nowadays, actually. Oh dear lord. This is like a Swedish architect's wet dream. Oh, it's almost cosmic. There's something very commanding about the character, if that makes sense. Like, she oozes aura. I love the broken 90s computers, side note. I like the way they rendered the fabric, too. It's, like, very shiny, very pretty. Her boots are gorgeous. And again, like, the whole vibe for her is super sculptural. Surreal, abstract. It's stunning. It's beautiful. Like, Ramona. Oh, she's so baby. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's so sweet! Is that like a Walkman that I see her using? I like this outfit. It's giving 90s something awful, but it's also giving something a little bit older than that. I definitely love the vibe of this character. What? Is that a mop? She's Mexican. Hey, really? That is so cute. Ramona is actually a really cute, like, Spanish name. I really like the silhouettes for, like, the younger characters because, like, they really like to play with baggy shapes, which makes them look tiny. She's, like, a crime scene cleaner and an exorcist. Oh, in Mexico, you got that a lot. Yeah, Norley. The scarf is super cute. The color scheme is adorable. I like how they use the baggy fabric. I love the little, like, leg warmer / boot things that she has. Okay, yeah, no, I definitely see some Mexican in this character design because there's like Mesoamerican patterns all over that scarf. This one feels like a more modern day one because that mop is pretty modern. That mop is very like 80s, 90s, you know? Beautiful eyes, that like nice little droop, very pouty. She looks very eepy. Look at like the shirt falling off the shoulder. Her hair's actually much longer than it looks like from far away. I also like how they textured the mop. Oh yeah, she does have a radio. Is that like... No, güey, está quemando sábila, güey! No, yeah, she's 1,000,000,000% Mexican. A lot of people like actually know that if you want to clean up a space, you can actually burn sage, like fucking like cleanse the space of like spirits. It's a very like common thing that they do in like limpias in Mexico. So I get it. Yeah. I see it. I see the vibe. I see the vision reverse. I do. Also, thing I've just noticed, the white fabric billowing in the background, it kind of looks like a shroud. What you would wrap like a corpse in when you first get them like out of a house and something like that. No! Oh, the Dia de Muertos face. Oh, that's so... Yeah. Yep, that's Mexico. One of my favorite things about Mexico and the culture of my country, it's the Dia de Muertos thing. I never actually took a part in the actual celebrations because my family was Catholic as shit and... The Dia de Muertos celebration is more of like a town thing. It's more of like a fusion thing, right? But my school always had an event every year where we could build altars and decorate them. Every grade could do it. And we got so many of those orange flowers. It was great. El cempasúchil in her hairdress, around her arms. Like, she's still wearing the sage. She also has the flowers in her socks as well. Oh, she has Catrina makeup. Very, very light, very subtle, but she does. The point of, like, the altar was to just put down flowers, offerings, like... Mexico's culture treats death as a celebration as opposed to just like a thing that's sad. but it's predominantly use of very bright colors, papel picado, a lot of orange, a lot of fuchsia, a lot of really bright teal. With Ramona, though, they kept the color scheme mostly desaturated and let a lot of the flowers do the talking, which I think is so neat. It's actually so cool to see my country represented like this, as opposed to just being the typical Mexican person shenanigans. Like, you guys know the type, right? When they make Mexican characters, it's either like cartel or fucking mariachi or some Mesoamerican thing. So it's nice to see a more modern take on the culture. And just in general, the vibrancy of my culture and like Day of the Dead itself. Mariachi Sinclair in the corner. Yeah, no, he did good. I love the implication that she's hanging out in a crime scene. I see like the body outline, I see like the numbers of evidence, and she's just dicking around, fucking exercising the evil spirits. And she's actually doing it in a way that, like, they look like the patterns on alebrijes. They're not exactly tied to Day of the Dead, but, like, there's kind of, like, spirit animal things that we have. Like, there's certain regions in Mexico where they carve them out of wood and they paint them in really bright colors, and they use a lot of patterns like these. She's so cute. She has, like, her sage to cleanse the space, but she's in a crime scene. Oh, dude, no, the tiles on the stairs, that is the most Mexican thing I've ever seen in my life. The painted tiles on, like, the terracotta stairs, and the potted plants on the sides of the stairs, even though we know it's dangerous. Yeah, Mexico! As a Mexican person, as someone who is from Mexico, I appreciate this depiction of my culture immensely. I actually think they did a great job. Corvus. Dude, that's so cool! So it's such a good fucking fit. I love her face. What the fuck is that on your head? A creature. Fun fact, Frankenstein was the big inspiration for this character. That's why she has a decent amount of stitching on her person. So all of her stuff is gonna be like very mishmash. That's why she has a lot of different colors and different textures in the design. Very deadpan face. Yeah, they're like dying tulips almost. I think they're silk flowers, but they suit her very well. And I love the teal gloves so much. They're so gorgeous. Like, again, the devil is in the details, mama. There's like stitching everywhere on the outfit. Stitching, safety pins, stuff that kind of makes it look like a little bit scuffed, but it kind of fits with like the Frankenstein vibe that they were going for this character, you know? And then like a mismatch of like textures and different things. A lot of color, very fun, very vibrant. The red tassel, the stitching on the pants, it's still very pretty, but the vibe is super chaotic. And this is the one that looks like the most Halloween coded for Corvus, I actually think. Her hair is gorgeous too. Let's see the splash art. I love her. Oh god, this is Corvus doing that thing where she has like the fucking like bulletin board of like red string and pins everywhere. Like, and again, we put her in an isometric space, but she's still very much the centerpiece of this whole thing, despite there being much brighter colors in the background, you know? Yeah, it's very Picasso. You see the bull in the background, all the paintings, and she's also like just chasing like the red thread, stitching everywhere in the picture as well, the red tassels, very vibrant, very fun, and like, it's really tricky to make a character the centerpiece of a composition when it's like this isometric, unless you're making just dead-ass the character. But in this case, they did it really well, because like the red string is like surrounding her, and then like the paintings are also framing her. Every painting is stitched, everything has like something that connects it to another painting. It's almost like horror-esque, but Corvus uses it really well. Kiperina. Oh, that's so pretty. Art seems to have been the theme in this one, actually, because like everyone's painting or stitching something. I like that her dress reminds me of like a Monet painting. The flowers and like the deep blues, the ruffles. And then she has like paper with like paint splotches in the background. The painting is leaping off the canvas, you know? That is an absolutely stunning shade of blue. And like the transition from like the lighter blue to the darker blue is beautiful. It looks, again, I don't remember what type of fabric this is. It could be satin or it could be a type of silk, but it's like very pretty with like the starched skirt in the background. She has like tights and little baby black shoes, but like I believe there's like paint on the hat as well. I love it when they use art as like themes for things, because it always makes things look really pretty. I love her face. I love the little white lace choker. I love the predominantly blue dress with all the beautiful like plant motifs, like the lilies, the green bits are like actually minty, super pretty. The brushes tucked into like her belt, like, and then the paint splashes are like in pink and orange, which makes it look super nice. Like a nice pop of color, really beautiful accent. And the thing that would be holding her easel or sketchbook is almost made of like stained glass. So there's light falling through it. That is so gorgeous! I'm guessing Monet, but it could be Van Gogh. The splash art will let us know. I'm not sure, actually, but that is absolutely stunning regardless. The horns, the like fucking, oh, the golden ratio is behind her, actually. That is beautifully composed. She's like sitting around, she's like doing the perspective check with like her paintbrush, getting paint everywhere. The like little people coming out of like the canvas. And it's such a simple outfit too. It's just like a little dress with like some ruffles and some tights and a cute hat, and that's it. But somehow by giving it like the collar with flowers, the paint splatters, all that jazz, it elevated it to artist, you know? Oh my god, I forgot there was a donkey! And this one is also like giving kind of artists, but like poorartist.com.org, you know? Like, what is he holding? Oh, this is like a seamster, tailor type of vibe, right? Like he's sewing. That's a flower made of fabric. Come on! Like, how the fuck do you fucking put details like that in here? Like the stitching, the very, very vibrant patterns, the patches. Like, it's the type of things like clothes that are like very worn and very old, but very neat, you know? These pants are up to the nipple, mama. Like, that is high up. It's super adorable. And again, they have a lot of these characters that are just weird. And people like them. People use them. That donkey boy. That is so gorgeous. He's just rocking that fit, I'm sorry. Like the fluttering fabric, the trees, the bubbles. I love how vibrant the colors are. The fucking flow for the piece is great. Little stitching bits on the floor, the grass, the trees. I like that the picture frame is actually framing them both here because it makes it look very charming. It's a very simple skin, but it gets the job done, definitely. Oh, he JoJo posing. Tuesday. Motherly energy, mother is mothering, mother. Okay, first of all, look at them. Yeah, the death baby one. Yeah, MILF, certified. Oh, I know what you're based off. I know exactly what you're based off. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. The torn fabric, the lace edging, the pins, the fucking satin. Like, oh my God, duh. This is a Virgin Mary coded skin, fun fact. I remember which one it was specifically, but there's one that cries. Fun fact! The shade of blue that's actually being used in this artwork is actually a shade of blue called ultramarine. It was a shade of blue made out of lapis lazuli, out of stone. It's so expensive and it's so hard to make that only paintings for the church were allowed to have this color. And most of the time, when this color was used in a painting for a church, it was of the Virgin Mary. Now, this is not actual ultramarine, but it's definitely a reference to ultramarine, especially with that shade of blue specifically. And it's a really nice nod to the traditional and medieval artwork of the church that basically was like, this is too expensive for the fucking commoners to use in their yee-ass paintings. Church only. Oh yeah, do you guys fucking see the eldritch spider thing coming out of like her hair? Yeah, she's fine. We're good. The baby's a pincushion. Yep, it's meant to evoke those old-timey church paintings. A lot of gold, a lot of ultramarine blue, very light, very serene, very surreal. She's holding that baby, which is not actually a baby. And she's looking at you like, are you afraid? Oh, mama, me. Yeah, I love this spidery halo. I love her eyes. I like that she looks like kind of dead in the eyes a little bit. There is something eldritch about Tuesday, which I've always very much enjoyed. It's such a tastefully elegant but sexy skin. All right, we are entering 3.6. Let's go, new characters. Enigma. Oh, he looks so sad though. Why? The vibe I like. Low-key, kind of military, also scholarly. Let me see his face. Then I will tell you if he's daddy. Oh, no. Yeah, little daddy. He got like a little bit of like stubble. It's kind of like sexy. Like I shaved yesterday, but I kind of forgot this morning, you know? What are those things on his shoulders? It's like the old school typewriters. This actually has been an NPC since 1 now. Oh, he got like promoted. Wet cat man. Oh, whoa, shit. Oh, okay, like the writing on the jacket goes right down to his wrist. Men, let me hear this, okay? Like, if you're like a skinny guy, what you can do if you want to like bulk up a little bit is you can actually do this silhouette, which is like high-waisted pants and the looser shirt, tuck it in and pull it out a little bit. That will give you more volume up top. That will give you a little bit more of an illusion of a Dorito body. The slightly wide-legged pants with boots is such a fit. I love the way that the jacket is tailored as well. Let's see the Ascended version. See what I mean? Immediately elevated to Dorito body. Because the shirt has a wider shoulder. It has a wider cut on the top. And the pants, even though they're tucked into the boots, they still give him nice volume. The face, the silver spangled patterns on the jacket and on like the shirt, the bandage-like accents. He's holding like his weird little machine. These are the ones that have like very like futuristic fantasy going for them, I believe. Because like, what was her name? Lorentz, with the really like architectural suit. This is a very similar vibe. I really like this silhouette though because it's so sexy in such a subdued way. Like, sexuality for men is also a spice, by the way. You think it's just for girly pops? What, you think that men don't have goonacity? They do. Just comes in different intensities and flavors. This is a very sexy man. Tall and lanky, but still has a lot of presence. The reason why is because the silhouette for his outfit kind of cancels out some lankiness, gives him a bit more Dorito body. Without that shirt, I can tell you his shoulders are not that broad. Forearm cleavage. Oh, dude, I love it when guys roll up their sleeves. Also, you can tell that like he's holding his coat under his arm, so this is what he's wearing underneath there. So fucking pretty. Let's see his splash art. Much like Lorentz, it's very architectural, very sculpted, but his is more square. It looks like he's a Calvin Klein model in a wind tunnel. I kind of dig it though. This and his voice in games equals me passing out from a nosebleed. Oh, please tell me that it's like sexy.
My burden has been light for too long. It's time I shouldered that weight.
Lorentz vibe is also very like sculptural, but that one's more surreal. Meanwhile, Enigma is more like squared. Sexy German man. Oh, dude. We have Enigma as the first character at 3.6. Let's see another one. Oh wait, no, he was the only one in this version. I think the other ones might be collab characters, but let's see some skins. Marsha. Oh my god, that's so gorgeous. Fancy nightgown, like, though, I actually really love the puffy sleeves, the lace detail on the shoulders and on the actual, like, edge of the sleeves, the bottom of the nightgown. She has, like, the cute little shoes as well. The shawl is actually super cute, too. Look at her, look at her. Her face! The buttons, the little metal thing, the little gold flex. Wait, is it on fire? It's on fire. Why is it on fire? Dude, I love this shawl with like stars all over it. The shawl is actually like silk, big heavy fabric. And yeah, her nightgown's burning. That is so gorgeous. Use of color, phenomenal. We have bright fucking red hair against a predominantly blue and cold color scheme. A super easy on the eye silhouette and a really clear cut theme. Give me that fucking splash art. The nightgown on fire, the shawl in the background, the very serene pose, the way that she's like holding that like little portable oil lamp. The shoes that are like almost slippers, but not quite. Absolutely gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Artist tip. If you are shading, don't shade with black ever. You should never shade with black because the absence of light turns actually blue, not black. That's how we perceive it. And if you're doing light, natural light is yellow. Unless you're doing something inside of like an interior or fluorescent space, try and use yellow for lighting because that's gonna make things look way more natural. They do that here. Super, super pretty. Recoleta. Look how cute. Look how floaty and how papery, although we do have a little bit of a slightly distracting asymmetry, but nothing too severe, I would say. I like her hair a lot, and I also really like the way that they worked with the scroll of paper that's coming off like her lapel. Sleeves are gorgeous, but I do think that the ruffles are a little bit distracting. Just a little bit on the bottom. The top looks great, but the bottom, since we have like this weird denim skirt type of vibe, I think maybe a longer skirt could have actually made the silhouette a lot prettier because as is, the top half of the outfit looks very like artsy and very elegant and the bottom half, it just kind of feels lacking a little bit. It's not like a most egregious thing, I would say, but I do think that with a longer skirt, you would easily get rid of that problem. The silhouette is clashing a little bit too much. A little bit, but the top looks really beautiful. For the most part, solid. Let's see the splash screen. Oh, that's so gorgeous. I actually really like with the splash screen because with the splash screen, I don't really see much of the skirt, which makes it feel like the white ruffles are the skirt as opposed to like the denim thing. I think that looks a little bit more charming. I do really like the writing on this and like how dreamy the background is. It feels like she's getting lost in a book and that vibe I love. She's so cute. I love the pastel colors in the background. That actually makes her stand out all the more. And I also like the flying books everywhere. She's lost in that reading rainbow. Oh yeah. Oh! It's the fucking ship in the bottle! I forget that this is the game that gave us the apple and Sputnik and a shard of mirror for a character. Why are we making skins like... It's literally like a bottle rocket. That's so fucking funny, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, object design is not my forte, but I do like the composition of this. I like that it's like the Pikmin rocket, like an old-timey, like, retrofuturism rocket just taking off again, like... What the fuck? Okay, I love how retro-futuristic this is. I've actually been super into the aesthetic lately because I've been using it for a project, but like, I like it. It's like very round, it's very fun, it's very like optimistic and energetic. It's just a fucking bottle. And I love that like they seriously make high quality art for like stuff like this too. They don't skimp out on it. This has just as much detail as any of the outfits. And unfortunately, that is all we have time for today because there's so many of these still. I'm not gonna go over the collab this time around, but I want to go over these 3 versions. 3.6 was very short, I was surprised, but I really, really liked what I was seeing. I wanna know what you guys think though. Would you guys be willing to try out Reverse 1999? Please do, make the devs day. They put so much work into this game, into like its artwork. I highly, highly recommend you guys try it out. But let me know in the comments, which is your favorite skin? Do you play the game? Do you not play the game? Would you try it out? Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. And if you guys want the best energy to play reverse or to study the artwork and, you know, lick the screen like I like to do, go check out Gamer Subs. It's delightful energy, so many flavors. Make sure you use code Kinkimation at checkout for 10% off your entire order, or go to gamersubs.gg/Kinkimation.